Guys, how are you doing? Another day, another dollar, right? Today we're trying to make some money trading, like always. The market just opened up and we have a potential situation here at the 580s, somewhere down here. It depends on what I'm seeing. If the market can get to that level down here in the ES, we might have a potential play. Actually, this could already be interesting right now. We rejected off of this high volume node right here. Didn't catch it. I think I just missed the first trade. What happened? Just to give you a rough overview, obviously the market started off trading here, went back and forth. We accumulated some volume, but not too much, all the way up here. We then went low and lower, so the market opened up. We went down quite a bit towards this high volume node, and right there the market just absorbed, as you can see here, and then we went all the way back up. So I definitely missed that trade. Part of the game, I guess, and now it's just a matter of seeing what can we do about it. Overall, the volume profile will most likely become a D volume profile, meaning the market is balanced. So I do expect some nice trades anywhere in this area here, and obviously somewhere in this area. For now, it's just a waiting game, seeing where the market can take us. We obviously have lots of liquidity all the way up here, which is beautiful. Anything afterwards, there's not really a whole lot of liquidity there. So right now the market tends to go to these areas here. Now, just so you know, the market sold off aggressively and now it's just coming back, meaning this move right here, even though it's awful auction quality, I'm not too convinced that this will be a reversal trade yet, simply because it's just the counterpart to this move right here. So we might see a further move to the upside, and it becomes interesting in terms of the volume profile somewhere here at the 10s. All right, so 710, that's where it becomes interesting again. So we gotta wait and see. Right now, waiting game and seeing whatever the market gives us. We are accumulating here, okay? That's a bullish sign, just so you guys know. Accumulating here at this premium price level, so we might see a quick move to the upside, like I said, and then we will see. Overall, some liquidity up here at the 90s, so the market definitely likes to go there. That is where we keep our eyes open in terms of the ES. And when it comes to the NASDAQ, we have some liquidity here at the 710s and some more at the 37s. All right, so now it's just a waiting game, seeing what the market gives us. I'm making sure that I have the same timing here for my trading. Right, we are accumulating, and accumulating. Picture perfect. I'm gonna get a bigger picture here. All right. Yep, so now it's just a waiting game right now, seeing where the market will go. Overall, like previously mentioned, we should have enough fuel to the fire to at least get somewhere up here, potentially even all the way to the highs of the day. Right now, wait and see. This is pretty bullish, just so you guys know. Nice accumulation here. Speed is quite high, so the market will likely break out of this range here and then go a bit higher. It already did that in the ES, so now that is a potential setup. We're waiting for a couple of confirmations, obviously, before we place any trade, right? So I'm waiting for at least 3 confirmations now for a very good trade. Just so you guys know, 3 confirmations is all I want in order to place a very nice trade. Okay, this right here looks like a breakout trade to me. Why? Liquidity above. The market definitely wants to go there. Some fairly good auction quality. However, we went there with a very, very bad auction quality. So you do expect a move to the downside, potentially here or there. And then you might see actually that the market will go further up. But this right here is the level where I'm looking at in terms of potential entry. But it really depends on what the market gives you at that level, right? So I'm gonna zoom in a tiny bit more so I can see more clearly what is happening in that level. Right now, a good level of some pretty good absorption coming in, so we might be able to definitely now break these highs here. Meaning we now have enough fuel to the fire, very important, guys, very important here, to break these highs and get somewhere to that level. Before, we couldn't break these highs because we didn't have enough fuel to the fire. Now we do. So depends on what we see at the top now. We might see a breakout. It really depends. I want to see certain things here happening before I place a breakout trade. This is not what I like to see. I don't like to see aggressive buying coming in that is not being rewarded, okay? That is not what you like to see. You want to see that aggressive buying being rewarded, okay? So for example here, all of this buying was being rewarded, right? And now I don't see this buying being rewarded that much anymore. So we got to check, we got to see what is happening now. We're at the high of this range. Auction quality is fine. We are accumulating. Auction speed is quite low. And that's the reversal there. Yep. I should have entered on a short trade there. I missed it. That's fine. Now, double check everything, obviously, before you enter. This, by the way, guys, looks like a small move, right? It's 40 ticks. 40 ticks. Quite a big move. All right. Now it's getting more and more interesting. We got to see aggressive buying coming in. High speed, high auction speed coming in at that level. Once we see that, we can get in. And that's our entry. Come on. Try to enter right there. Trying to get filled. I'm trying to get filled. Trying to get filled. Come on. All right, I'm filled. And now we want to see a break of that high. Break of that high. That's what we like to see. 1-to-1 risk to reward. Looks pretty good to me. Lots of liquidity above. Right here and right here. Auction quality is quite fine as well. We see lots of speed coming in, picture perfect. And now it's just a matter of, can we break out to the upside? Setup is exceptionally well. So now it's just a matter of, can the market follow up with that? Let's hope we don't get stopped out, because that would be unfortunate. And we got stopped out. All right. Unfortunate, because the setup did look quite nice. However, that happened, and now we need to restructure and see what we actually get. Did we just get fished? I believe so. I do believe so, but we'll see. What is happening here at these lows now? What is happening? Does the market push through these lows now and take back all of this bad auction quality? We'll see. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we just got fished on our very first trade right here. We just got fished, but the market wants to go up. I'm moving my stop loss, my take profit, I'm sorry. I'm moving it because I do see potential in this trade. I do see lots of potential in this trade. I do see that we might be able to break these highs here, that we just got fished on our first entry here. Same idea, it's the exact same trade basically. And now I just want to see a break of these highs right here. So I'm placing my take profit somewhere here at this high of this range, right? For the NASDAQ, all right. And now it's a matter of, can we break this high? Can we break it? Can we break it? Looks pretty good, looks pretty promising. Look at this, look at this. The market is shooting up, shooting up, shooting up. I'm securing some profits. Securing some profits, securing some profits. Can we get up? Can we get up? The market definitely wants to get there. Come on. The market definitely wants to get to this level here. And right there, securing some more profits. Picture perfect trade. The market wants to go up and boop, there it is. There it is, guys. Picture perfect trade. So I predicted this trade obviously here already. Now it came into fruition, so I needed a re-entry. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. Where are we now overall though? Let's double check. We are now nearing our low volume area, guys. Okay, what is happening? We get to this low volume area here with pretty bad auction quality, right? Exhaustion at this level. Not a whole lot of buying and selling coming in. The market is extremely slow. I'm going short. I'm trying to get in short. I'm trying to get in short as... okay, and the market sold off. Right, missed that trade. However, that was the initial idea in terms of the volume profile. Can't get them all, I guess. So this right here was our idea, right? Remember, low volume area. What did I see? I saw the market go up to this level with extremely bad auction quality. We had pretty much no contracts being traded at that level. And that was my entry signal, okay? Couple confirmations. Volume profile. Second confirmation was obviously the liquidity. Third confirmation was bad auction quality. Fourth confirmation was an exhaustion in the NASDAQ. Very, very obvious trade. Try to get in, couldn't get filled. Happens. Still quite profitable today. Overall, I'm happy. So I lost one. I win one. I won one. However,
order filled.
Overall, yeah, pretty profitable. So I'm happy about it. We'll see if we find another setup. This obviously now is quite annoying that I didn't catch this trade. Right, look at this, guys. Look at this. I caught it right at the top. Just couldn't get filled. Happens. Overall, I'm happy. Obviously, I saw the first trade. I saw it correctly. I predicted it correctly, just the wrong timing. I predicted a breakout out of this zone here. Went in at the wrong moment when I saw this happening right here. Got a bit too excited once I saw this large order right here. Yep, that's fine. By the way, guys, this will be our exit signal here for this trade. Okay, this is an absorption here. So exit signal when it comes to this short. Okay. Overall profit, pretty nice profit, obviously. And now we see what's going on. Can we get another re-entry? That'd be nice. We rejected off of this high volume node right here. So the market is now trading back and forth a bit. What happened at this high volume node? An absorption in both markets. So definitely your exit signal. And now we see, what do we get? I'm keen to do one more trade, to be fair. But I obviously need the right setup. So the ES is pushing up quite aggressively once more, with pretty bad auction quality here. So it's good. We might have enough fuel to the fire to get to the 700s now. Look at this, guys. One-way auction, bad auction quality, just buying coming in. However, there's too much buying coming in right now, so I'm staying away from that in terms of a reversal, just so you know, because we might see a break of this high right now. Speed is fine. It's actually quite high. It's going back and forth a little bit. Definitely nothing I want to get involved in right now in terms of a reversal, at least for now. We got to double check because the market is still a bit too fast for me there. Once we see some slowing down, some signs of slowing down, then we might get in. However, right now, too great of a speed for me. Too many contracts being traded at that level, right? That's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. I didn't go in for a breakout, obviously, guys, because this bad auction quality here. Okay, so that wouldn't have been a nice entry for a breakout trade. However, for an exit, it also wasn't enough. For a reversal trade, it also wasn't enough, because the auction speed here that you can read right here, too many contracts being traded at that level. The NASDAQ is already pushing down, so we see how the market now adapts at that level. Where are we in terms of the volume profile, guys? Here at this volume point of control. Here at the 710s, where we get to in a bit, hopefully. The things will become more and more interesting once more. We are now back at this high of the range. Buying coming in, buying coming in, buying coming in. However, the buying is not really sustainable. I'm trying to go short, and I'm short. This will be a quick scalp. Probably about a 40 tick. There we go. All right, let's see. Stop loss will be moved to break even very soon because I don't like the order flow when it comes to the ES. I'm trying to get out. Trying to get out. All right, perfect. I'm secured break even because I didn't like the order flow here in the ES. All right, so that's why I am trying to get out with as much now profit as I can. Try to get out for a break even trade initially, and there I was just a bit lucky, to be fair. I didn't like this order flow anymore. This right here was too much trading for my gusto when it comes to a reversal trade. Okay, so once I saw the market basically collecting some volume up here and trading back and forth, I noticed that my idea wasn't valid anymore. So I just tried to get out, and I was just lucky now. That happens sometimes. Could have gone the other way, but that was just fine. Now, what do I think? Obviously, if I don't believe that the market will do a reversal here, I believe the market will actually do a breakout. We have some liquidity above, so I do think the market can get there. Let's take a look. We are right here at the top of that level. The 30s could definitely be something of interest for the market. So somewhere here could definitely be interesting. Now, do I believe the market can get there right now? I'm not sure. My profit target is already hit. I am 2 out of 3 today. In terms of ideas, I'm 1 out of 2. And now look what happens. The market is just absolutely shooting down. All right. You cannot predict that, to be entirely fair. You just can't. These things happen. Overall, though, pretty solid day of trading right now. I'm very happy with my entries and exits. Read the market quite well. You can see a couple of trades. So I'm trading for like 20 minutes now, and I have a very solid profit. Love it. So maybe we find another entry. I'm not sure. We'll see. But otherwise, if I don't find one in the next couple of minutes, I might bounce and call it a day. Overall, let's double check in the volume profile. Told you guys the volume profile. So obviously we have our entries here short. That's exactly what we did, right? And we have further advantages, at least for us, somewhere down here in this area. The market needs to get there. While the market does its thing in between, I'm scalping the order flow, as you might have seen, right? But sometimes you get good trade ideas here, sometimes you don't. It really depends on what you see. How does this look like right now? Well, guys, look. The market went down with this extremely bad auction quality, right? To this level of liquidity. Now it's accumulating. However, all of this selling here, is it being rewarded? Right now, it isn't, right? It isn't being rewarded. We see the NASDAQ, however, is pushing up slightly. The ES is kind of doing the same. So a very small divergence, meaning the one isn't doing what the other market is doing. And now I do believe that we see a break of this high towards the 97s. That's just what I see, meaning we will take back this bad auction quality right here. We will go higher. That's what I predict. Is that an A+ setup? No, not really. That's why I'm not getting involved. However, if you are a high risk trader, you like to scalp aggressively, that could be a potential setup, okay? Could be a potential setup. Overall, I'm not a big fan though, so I'm staying away. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, and then you can obviously do whatever you want with that. I would say that's like a C setup, all right? So minimal size. Exit, guys, would be somewhere potentially at the 09s, at last. But I recommend, I recommend having this take profit somewhere actually like here in between this. No, it's not a clear trade, to be fair, so I wouldn't even get involved. Does it seem to work out? Yes, you can see, right? However, just stay away from these trades. That's more like gambling, and we don't want to gamble. And by the way, guys, my stops, in case you don't know, are more like emergency stops, right? So I'm optimizing everything for a 1-to-1 risk to reward, okay? However, my stops are dynamic, meaning if I don't see what I want to see in the market anymore at the time of me being inside a trade, I'm getting out, okay? I'm not letting the market stop me out. That's just stupid, okay? Once I see things I don't want to see anymore, I am getting out, okay? And if I see what I want to see, I'm staying in, okay? So all of my stop losses are more like emergency stops. So for example, this one right here, my first loss of today, I actually believed in my idea, right? I did think this was a nice idea. I did believe the market will go up. So I just caught the wrong timing. So I actually had an emergency loss right there. That was 80 ticks. But then I had this same idea, okay? Same idea. So I was like, re-entry, boop. And then obviously I noticed that the market has way more potential. than just a 40 tick move or an 80 tick move. So I went in for another 60 ticks. Okay. And I was already profitable then. And then I had another trade from the 05s roughly to the 97s. Is that right? 05 to 97. Yeah. So another like 40 ticks. That's already 100 ticks, guys. 100 ticks in profit. One contract only, that's $500. 2 contracts, because you can copy your trades across 2 accounts, obviously. That's already $1,000 in freaking 20 minutes. It's not too difficult. Once you're able to trade with conviction, it's not too difficult, okay? Now I'm waiting. I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the market to do something that I can trade with, meaning come back here, or come somewhere to this area when it comes to volume profile trading. Everything in between, you either scalp from the order flow, right? So exactly what I just told you with this trade, which would have worked out about now, roughly, or you just stay out of the markets. Order flow scalping is beautiful. I love doing it. If you combine it with the volume profile, it's even more powerful. But sometimes I understand you don't have that much time to wait for a setup in the volume profile, because you just have to wait. You can either set an alert and just get active when the market gets there, or you do what I do. In between, if you see something happening, you just get active in the order flow. Nothing spectacular going on right now, so no entry for us. The market is close to our low volume area once more, right here. So let's see if we can actually get there. And then let's see what the market does at that level. So right now, in terms of the general gist of today, we are pretty bullish, right? We rejected, got locked out. So we rejected these lows down here quite aggressively, and now we are just trading up the entire time. So you gotta also account for that. You gotta be careful, because the US market session is not the same as the other market sessions, all right? I gotta make sure that I'm still able to trade here. Perfect. So now what is happening? Right now we are nearing these highs, right? Where we just rejected from quite aggressively, at least in the ES. So what do we do? What do we see here? We went here with bad auction quality. First sign of a reversal. However, right now the market's trading back and forth. Auction speed, auction quality are pretty standard. So I don't have any edge right now. I don't have any edge in the market as of now. Okay? If you compare the bubbles, all the selling here, important note, by the way, all the selling here couldn't push the market any lower. It's interesting, right? And now what do we see? Aggressive buying coming in, push the market higher. Buying coming in, push the market higher. Small buying is pushing the market higher. In terms of our general overview, what do we see? The market is definitely rejecting these lows, right? So we might see now a break of these highs, guys. We might now see that. Am I getting involved? Not yet. I'm looking to get involved. Okay, pull back to the short side now. Pull back to this level of liquidity. Trying to get in at this level of liquidity here for a quick scalp once more. That will be my last trade of the day. Okay, I'm securing my trade at a break-even level. Okay, and now we have room to play with a tiny bit. ES is also at this level of liquidity, so we either get stopped out now for a break-even, trade, or we have room to play with all the way to this level of liquidity up here, guys. That is our plan now. Looks like we're going to get stopped out for a break-even trade because the ES is definitely rejecting off of this high. So we got to be cautious. And I will trail this now very soon once we see... aggressive buying is coming in. Looks good. So I'm not trading this. I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay, and now I need to get out. Need to get out with as much profit as I can. I'm trailing this super aggressively, guys, as you can see. Because the ES is not... there's no more aggressive buying coming in at that moment, all right? That's why I got out. And that was a very nice trade. Now it would have gone there, totally fine. However, like I said, I didn't see any aggressive buying coming in at this moment in the ES. That's why I went out. It looks like my exit wasn't too bad right now. We'll see. So, guys, there you have it. There you have it. It's not too difficult. It's not too difficult. Where are we now? At this level of interest. Okay. Overall though, wow, how did I get this idea? I just looked at the market and I thought, wait, ever since we are open from 9:30, we are rejecting from these lows and we're just trading higher. The trend is clearly higher, meaning we can get to this level right here. And then I saw some pretty aggressive buying coming in, some pretty aggressive buying coming in, okay? And I tried to get in. Where did I get filled, guys? I got filled once the market did a pullback. So a breakout for me was evident at that moment. So the breakout happened. I got in at this level of liquidity, guys, okay? Told you what happened. I told you what's going to happen. I told you what's going to happen. I went in and I got out right here. In at, what is it? I cannot see it because it's too small here. Give me a second. I got in at small trade, 40 ticks or something. 21s, and I got out at the 23. Is that right? No, it can't be right. Whatever, I need to check. So got in somewhere here, got out somewhere there. All right, so 17s roughly was my executed price. 17s and out at the 23s. So that is about 25 ticks. And I told you once I was in this trade that I'm trying to get out because I didn't see any buying coming in anymore here when it came to the ES. That's why I wanted to get out, right? I took the profit, I trailed my stop loss quite aggressively, and now it was evident that the market was about to sell off. Where did it sell off? At our level of interest, guys. You could have also traded this the other way. I might have done that if I wasn't talking the whole time, which is obviously here, stops being fished at our level of interest, at our volume area level. We saw some stops being fished, okay? So 3 entry signals already. Bad auction quality, volume profile level of interest, and some liquidity. Then we saw aggressive selling coming in both markets, and there you have another entry signal. I wished I paid a bit more attention to the market instead of talking. Could have profited off of that level as well. However, that was a very nice trading day, guys. Quick scalps, you can see these, right? Quick scalps in the market. Picture perfect. So I'm gonna call it a day. That was as good as it gets, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.